Hi guys and welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. So today's video is about decision making. Guys, do you understand how big and how huge decision making is a part of our everyone's life? Like each and every decision we make, it turns out to be a right decision or a wrong decision. And there is not a problem with any one of them. Like even if you make wrong decision, it's fine, it's completely fine. How? This is why I've made this video, that by making wrong decisions you do not have to put yourself in a situation जहाँ पे you are continuously thinking नहीं मेरे से ये हो गया, मेरे से वो हो गया, मैंने इतना गलत डिसीजन ले लिया, अब मैं इसके आगे कुछ नहीं कर सकता. एंड दैट स्टफ व्हेन यू हैव ऑलरेडी डन you have already done something and you are putting yourself more into it, is the bad, it's the that's the worst decision you can make for yourself. So yeah, and even at the end of this video I've mentioned that how you can convert your wrong decisions into right ones. So watch till end of this video and I hope that you learn something from it. So the first thing which we are going to talk about is right decisions. So think for an example where you are making a decision. So while making a decision you need to follow these steps. The first step which I want you guys to follow is understand the pros and cons of the subject. अगर आपको pros and cons उस चीज के पता होंगे तो you would be more able to you would be more able to बी फ्लेक्सिबल विद दैट. अगर आपके उस टॉपिक के कुछ सर्टेन कॉन्स है, कुछ डिसएडवांटेजेस है, तो यू वुड बी मोर प्रिपेयर फॉर इट. द सेकेंड थिंग विच आई वॉन्ट यू गाइज टू अंडरस्टैंड, जो वो आपका ऑप्शन है उसको एक लार्जर पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचो. थिंक फ्रॉम अ लार्जर पर्सपेक्टिव सो दैट यू वुड बी एबल टू थिंक और भी फैक्टर्स जो उसको शायद अफेक्ट करेंगे या जो उसके साथ फिट इन हो जाएंगे. द थर्ड थिंग विच आई वॉन्ट यू गाइज टू नो इज दैट जो ऑप्शन आप अभी इस स्टेट में ले रहे हो, क्या वो उतना लॉन्ग रन में आपको बेनिफिशियल होगा या नहीं. यू नीड टू रियली थिंक ऑफ दैट टू. द नेक्स्ट थिंग विच वी आर गोना टॉक अबाउट इज रॉन्ग डिसीजंस. आई फील हमारे जो डिसीजंस होते हैं उसका जो हमारे रॉन्ग डिसीजंस होते हैं उसका अकरेंस ही वहाँ से शुरू हो जाता है जहाँ पे कुछ एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स या कुछ फैक्टर्स जब इन चीज़ों को, इन डिसीजंस को इम्पैक्ट करते हैं, या दिस डिसीजन गेट्स अफेक्टेड बाय सम ऑफ द फैक्टर्स एंड दीज फैक्टर्स आर वी आर वेरी फेमिलियर विथ. लाइक ये ऐसे कुछ फैक्टर्स है जो हमारे साथ डेली होते हैं एंड समटाइम्स वी डू नॉट गेट कि ये फैक्टर्स की वजह से हमारा शायद डिसीजन इम्पैक्ट हो गया या वी वरंट एबल टू डू दैट. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट फैक्टर विच वी आर गोना टॉक अबाउट इज impulsivity. Impulsivity is a behavior pattern which starts in our brain. वो एक ऐसा फेज ऑफ माइंड है जहाँ पे तुम ऐसे डिसीजंस ले लेते हो जो बहुत स्पॉन्टेनियस हो, लाइक बहुत इंस्टेंटली ले लेते हो एंड यू डोंट थिंक अबाउट इट, विच आर वेरी अनप्लान्ड डिसीजंस विच अल्टीमेटली लीड्स यू टू रिस्की आउटकम्स. लाइक बहुत रिस्क वाली चीज़ें फिर आपको फेस करनी पड़ती है बाद में. So it can come out of any, like, okay, so for example there is a person who is in a lot of anger and he's saying some stuff which is not appropriate. So he's saying it out of impulsiveness because he's not thinking or he is not in that state of mind where he can actually think that what is he saying and consider that. So he's saying all those stuff out of impulsiveness which he will regret afterwards. Another example which I want to tell you guys about impulsivity is the best example. I have a friend of mine. So okay, his story says कि उसका 11th and 12th एक XYZ स्कूल से हुआ and then उसने then afterwards he wanted to do graduation. So for graduation he was thinking what are my interests and that stuff, but he didn't knew what are his interests and he was like I don't know what to do. So and बाकी के जो उसके फ्रेंड्स थे उनके लाइक एडमिशन्स हो गए थे ग्रेजुएशन के लिए. इवन हिज पेरेंट्स वर लाइक नो इट्स हाई टाइम, यू शुड टेक एडमिशन्स वगैरह, इट्स गेटिंग लेट. So out of impulsiveness he took a decision of pursuing polytechnic as his graduation. So एक 1.5 साल तक वो वहाँ पे था, for in polytechnic. So he tried doing stuff, he tried to enjoy that stuff, but actually he wasn't enjoying any one of it, like, because he did not wanted that thing for his life. So he decided that I'm gonna quit polytechnic and I would pursue BCA. So he took admission for BCA, कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशंस. फिर उसने BCA करते टाइम पे भी he realized that the things which he is doing does not lies in his interest. He had a interest in business. He wanted to do, he wanted to set a brand for himself. So usne fir, but at that time he did not have an option to quit, because already he wasted his time, he wasted his money. So जब वो BCA कर रहा था, he did not have an option की to quit BCA. So afterwards he completed his BCA, he completed his graduation, and then afterwards he took admission for MBA. So guys, it really matters that what do you think. And अगर हम career wise सोचे तो it's तो very 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 important that what decisions you are making for yourself career wise, because those are the things, which should lie under your interest. So whenever you are thinking of pursuing a career, if you are, if you want to think of a graduation, think for 5 years from now. Think whatever graduation course you are thinking about, think for 5 years, like 5 साल बाद क्या उसका उतना स्कोप है, would you be able to make that much money, would you be able to go to that company, what are that company's requirement. Think each and every precise thing you can think about. 5 साल के लिए सोचो. If you want to do a job, think for 10 years. what like what things, which company you want to enroll in, उनके लिए उनके requirements क्या है company के. You need to really think about these things. If you want to do a business, so think about what kind of business you want to do research about it, do market strategies, do think about the market कि आपका niche market क्या रहेगा, आप किस target audience पे focus करोगे. So these things really matters. So the second factor which we are gonna discuss about is influence. Guys, our brains are literally wired to take shortcuts. Like हमारे brain, whenever जब कोई decision making की बात आती है, तो our brains work accordingly to, to build a shortcut, to make a shortcut out of it. So ये अल्टीमेटली ये सब चीजें ना कॉग्निटिव बायसेस डिसीजन मेकिंग हो जाता है. कॉग्निटिव बायसेस डिसीजन मेकिंग मीन्स जब हम अनकॉन्शियस इन्फ्लुएंस लाते हैं हमारे डिसीजन मेकिंग पे. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कॉग्निटिव बायसेस. सो अमंग्स देम फर्स्ट वन इज confirmation bias. Confirmation bias means when we seek for somebody else's approval. Like हम किसी और से हमारा डिसीजन कंफर्म कराते हैं. इट ऑल्सो लीड्स टू, इट ऑल्सो कम्स अंडर सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस. लाइक जब हम हमारे डिसीजन, जस्ट बिकॉज किसी के लिए अगर उनका डिसीजन वर्क हो रहा है, तो हम उस हिसाब से सोचते हैं कि वो डिसीजन हमारे लिए भी वर्क होगा. But which is wrong. If it's working for them, it's not necessary that it will work for you as well. So the second cognitive bias is availability bias. When we have a certain event going in our mind, like कोई सिचुएशन है या कोई चीज़ है जिसके बारे में हम सोच रहे हैं और हम उसको ओवर एस्टिमेट कर देते हैं, या जो चीज़ एक्चुअल में नहीं है हम उसके बारे में ओवर एस्टिमेशन कर लेते हैं कहीं ना कहीं हमारे दिमाग में, जो चीज़ एक्चुअली होती भी नहीं है. उसका प्रेजेंस वैसे होता भी नहीं है, बट स्टिल वी हैव आवर ओवर थॉट्स इन आवर ब्रेन, एंड उस चीज़ को लेके फिर हम एक डिसीजन ले लेते हैं, एंड विच टर्न्स आउट टू समथिंग एल्स. So the third and the last cognitive bias which we are going to discuss about is anchoring bias. Anchoring bias, okay, for example, if you are making decision on a certain subject, तो उस पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के बारे में जो सबसे पहली चीज आपको दिखेगी या आप पढ़ोगे, आप इनकाउंटर होगे, तो आप वही चीज आपके दिमाग में रखोगे. यू आर नॉट गोना थिंक the different parts which come with it. Another sub factor in influence which we are going to discuss about is emotions. Emotions we are really, we get really really stuck to our emotions. Like फिर उसके वजह से क्या हो जाता है, we take decisions out of emotions. Like think of a situation where you are where you have an emotion of excitement. Like आप बहुत excited हो, आप बहुत happy हो एक certain चीज के लिए, आप एक certain reward के लिए, तो यू विल मेक डिसीजंस देन अकॉर्डिंगली. आप उस हिसाब से सोचोगे कि हमें वो रिवॉर्ड चाहिए, तो आप वो कुछ डिसीजन ले लोगे. यू वुड नॉट थिंक अबाउट रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट. सो इट रियली इन्फ्लुएंसेस आवर डिसीजन. Think of an emotion where you are okay, where you are having a fear of something, where you are having a fear of something. So out of that emotion you make a decision जो आप रिग्रेट करते हो, एंड अल्टीमेटली लीड्स यू टू अ रिस्क, जहाँ पे आपको एक आगे फर्दर रिस्क आ जाता है. So emotions, emotions really really influences our decision. So you really need to look after your emotions, like, because you need to understand that, are you need to ask yourself that, are you making this decision because of this emotion? And if you're doing, then think about it twice. Another most important topic of this video is how to convert your wrong decision into a right decision. So I have an example for you guys. Okay, so I have a friend of mine, जो जैसे एक अलग क्रेज है बिजनेस के लिए. ही हैज़ अ huge soft corner for business, and but his parents were like, no, you shouldn't. While he was thinking of his graduation, his parents were like, no, 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 you shouldn't do that, because they did not have a business background and that stuff. So they were like, no, go for a job or something like that. So he pursued BDS, like the dental. He pursued that just because his parents were saying him to do so, and he was not happy with his decision, like totally. But while pursuing BDS, he always had a soft corner for business. So he was like, he was at a point, even he was like कि मुझे नहीं करना है, ठीक है, fine, I will see, like आगे होता है तो होता है, नहीं तो I'm fine with it. Like he settled there, like he settled for that thing कि नहीं, मुझे भी BDS ही करना है. So while he was doing BDS, guys, he literally had things which he found जहाँ पे BDS में वो लैग कर रहा है, एंड ही उसने उस चीज़ को एक बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव से सोच के, एक बिजनेस मॉडल बना के, ही इज़ डूइंग दैट. ही इज़ डूइंग, उसने ये चीज़ करी कि उसने उस फील्ड में जो उससे लगा कि एक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग हो सकता है, उसने उस पर्सपेक्टिव से सोच के उस चीज़ को एक बिजनेस मॉडल में बनाया, एंड ही इज़ डूइंग दैट. So it's very important, it doesn't matter if you take wrong decisions. It doesn't matter कि आप अभी आपको उसी के साथ सेटल हो जाना है, या आपको उसी चीज़ को कंटिन्यू करना है आगे. नो, इट्स नॉट दैट. आप उसको एक अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से सोच के, या आप अगर एक्चुअली कुछ सिर्फ एक इम्पल्सिवनेस में आके आपने अगर एक डिसीजन लिया, यू कैन एक्चुअली मेक समथिंग आउट ऑफ इट. We don't understand our own potential. हमें नहीं पता होता है कि हम कितने कैपेबल हैं इन चीज़ों के लिए. हम जस्ट एक लिमिट लगा लेते कि हमें ये आता है, हमें ये इतने हम नहीं कर सकते. नो, don't underestimate your potential. You have a great potential in yourself, and you are capable of doing each and everything. And the last topic which I want you guys to understand and let you know about is how to deal with your wrong decisions. Guys, we have a perspective for each and everything. Like अगर हमारे से कोई गलत चीज़ हो जाती है, या we make a wrong decision, तो एक पर्सपेक्टिव है जहाँ पे विल बी लाइक, नो, वी डिड अ रॉन्ग थिंग, और अभी मेरे से आगे कुछ भी वो चीज़ें नहीं हो सकती है, मैं यही चीज़ें रिपीटेडली करूँगा, दैट माइंड सेट. And on the other hand, you can have a perspective where, what, yeah, I made this mistake, and I will make many more mistakes in my life. Like I'll make many more wrong decisions in my life, but you know what, I won't repeat this one. That's a perspective. Another perspective is like, I can't change my past. Like whatever things I have done in my past, I can't change it. Even I want to. I sometimes मैं ऐसे feel करती हूँ कि I have to change or alter some things in my past which I made really wrong decisions. But I want to do that. But you know what? I will not. I'll just focus on my future. I'll just look forward. That's a perspective you have to keep in your mind, because many of the times हम बस पास्ट में सोचते हैं, पास्ट की चीज़ों के बारे में सोचते हैं, because of which we are not able to make good things or make good decisions for ourselves in present and in future. The another perspective is a very important one, that is, you will learn from this. Like, it's very it's very important and it's very useful actually, क्योंकि whenever you make a wrong decision जहाँ पे आपका एक certain output आता है जो आपने कभी imagine नहीं किया हुआ है, but you know what, we don't see that what things we have gone through, the disappointments, the things which made us feel very low about things, or made us feel कि नहीं नहीं हो सकती है ये चीज़ें, that things you have learned something from it. ये चीज़ें जो आपने लर्न करी है, शायद ही आप अगर नेक्स्ट कभी कोई डिसीजन लोगे तो आप उसमें ये रिपीट नहीं करोगे, बिकॉज यू नो दैट यू मेड दैट मिस्टेक देन एंड देयर, और आपको उसका सर्कमस्टेंस पता है, आपको उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस पता है कि उसके बाद वो चीज़ करने से क्या हुआ, सो यू वॉन्ट रिपीट दैट. So these are all of the perspectives which are very important and really changes the पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ योर्स. लाइक आप कंप्लीटली आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बदल जाता है अगर आप सिंपली एक आपका पर्सपेक्टिव चेंज कर देते हो. इट विल गिव यू अ लॉट ऑफ मोटिवेशन टू डू न्यू थिंग्स, टू फोकस ऑन योर फ्यूचर एंड प्रेजेंट. इट विल गिव यू राइज ऑफ होप कि नो, इट कैन हैपन. अगर मैं इतने बार भी फेल हुआ हूँ, मैंने इतने बार भी अगर रॉन्ग डिसीजन लिए हैं, इट डजेंट मैटर फॉर मी. In future and in present, I will make good decision, I'll make right decision, because at the end of the day you have learned a lot from this. So that was it for this video, you guys. I hope that you like you like my video and you learn something from it. And guys, I don't know if someone has told you or not, but guys, it's okay to make bad decisions or wrong decisions. Nobody is gonna judge you. Even if they do, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everyone on this planet makes wrong decisions. It's fine, unless and until you learn something new from it, you make a good outcome from it. It's really 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 good, so focus on that. So yeah, I hope that you'll learn something from the video and you'll like it. So see you in